So once again, compliments of the season.
What should you say?
All right, so from the reports we've just said now, it seems like a lot of people have difficulties in getting cash. But let us even talk about Christmas spirit, because tomorrow is Christmas. Are you feeling that Christmas spirit in the air? Are you looking forward to tomorrow? That's on Christmas Day.
Well, this year Christmas is not as it was before, because even the air alone, will tell you that there's a changes. Before now we hear jingles on television and radio, but in fact I've not had one. It's enough to tell you that in fact tomorrow will be just like an ordinary day.
Okay, well, we sincerely hope that things will change, but it seems as if the federal government is not blind to the plight of people, and they see that people are struggling, especially during this festive period. And because of this, the president slashed prices of transportation 50% for some luxurious buses, free train ride, and for this, would you rate them high in trying to make sure that people get to see their loved ones during Christmas, and at least people still have some merry? Because when we are with our families, I guess that the mood is always different than if we are being with ourselves.
Well, the truth is bringing down the price 50% or whatever. Yesterday I went around some areas in Lagos State, and there's most people that I interviewed, at the boat park, told me that there's nothing like that. All right, and it should not be something that the government should be celebrated, even if they are removing, paying back 50%, to the travelers. What of those who don't travel? What will be our own reward? So it's to me, by now, by virtue of it, the government only need to have their own transport system. Right now, some transport owners, right? The government can tell you to do one thing, they will go and do a different thing. That's at the end of the day making everything to be boring. So reducing the price or bringing subsidy into that is not the Nigeria problem. Anybody that wants to travel, all right, this critical time, have enough of money. Those of us that is inside the locality who is not traveling, how much is a bag of rice? So they should also make it to be a benefit that everybody will benefit. But if you are traveling, if you are not traveling, everybody ought to benefit incentive. So the incentive should not be going for only people that is traveling.
Oh, definitely. And I want to touch a bit on one of the transport companies that you said that they are not slashing the prices for some of their customers. Do you feel like perhaps it's the company that is to blame for that, or the person that the federal government has commissioned to be in charge of paying the transport companies back? What would you guess is at play there?
When I cannot say anything, because as of yesterday, the people I met there, they were lamenting, right? They book online and call the company, the transport company, and they confirm. But going to the park the next day, they were telling them a different thing. And what this will do, because based on what I expressed yesterday, they raise high the cost of transportation. Because I overheard one man was saying that, okay, if you people are not bringing down the price to 50%, according to what the directive for the federal government, you people should balance me the money I paid. Let me go to another transport company and pay less. So they bring up the cost of transportation, right? And why other people, other transport companies who are not in the list are charging less. So they are demanding for their money for the reform yesterday. So let them go to another company and enter a ship.
Yeah, that is quite sad. Now, let us take the opinion of Dr. Akintunde Ogoishola, who is joining us live from Abuja. He is an economic and financial analyst. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on the program, and compliments of the season. Many, many thanks for that. So now we are talking about celebrating Christmas amidst this economic hardship. So let me even ask over there, are you feeling the Christmas vibe? Are you feeling that merriness that is often associated with Christmas?
All right, in Abuja, the peak is just very low. Uh, I think it's going to be a low key Christmas in Abuja because the prices of foodstuff, the prices of transportation to even move around to visit parks and other places are so high. So I think it's going to be a very low Christmas in Abuja. That's just the feeling we have here.
Okay, all right. And would you say that it's because of the economic hardship that is contributing to this, or people are just, they want something different than what they want in previous years?
Oh, yes, I think the economic situation of the country is also part of the reason why things are going like that. Though the president has tried to, help cushion the hike in transport fare. But what about the price of food? I was expecting maybe we hear it's going to also slash price of food, price of bag of rice, price of meat and chicken also will be at 50% because people will also eat. It's not just about traveling. But be that as it may, I think the slash in the price of transport fare, both for the train and buses, is also good. It's a good gesture, but it's just that the system is not there to actually ensure the smooth running of this pronouncement by the federal government.
Okay, all right. So, Comrade Xavier Uche, I have here with me in the studio, was talking about how some transportation companies erred in carrying out this service of reduction of the transport cost to some of their customers. In Nigeria, we are always having great policies, we have great announcements, but we often have problems with the implementation. Do you think that by now the federal government should not have known of this and then perhaps try to look for other means of making sure that all Nigerians benefit from this fully and not one person holding on tightly to this fund that is supposed to reach numerous people? Because like you said that you were expecting something like slashes in prices of foodstuff, chicken and meat and all that. But would we not still run into that same problem of accountability and it not reaching the hands of the people that actually need it during this period?
Yes, that's part of what I said. I said we don't have a system, a very proper, a very good running system. And that's what actually makes this pronouncement by the federal government to just, only few persons will actually enjoy it. It might not go around everyone. So government need to put in place proper structures, proper system at which they can do welfare, they can, carry out welfare for the citizenry. Very, very important. Even in other areas of humanitarian, we talk about sharing of, even the sharing of money that they want to do, sharing of palliative, there's no proper system in place for government to ensure and be accountable to the persons that will enjoy this welfare, whether they are truly the people that they want this welfare to actually get to or not. The system is not there. So government needs to sit back, go back to the drawing table, and draw up a workable system at which they can actually get to the grassroots, get to the people directly that they want to affect their lives positively. So government needs to actually look into that.
Okay, all right. Now that's for the part of the government. Since Christmas is tomorrow and like you said over there, the spirit is quite low. What advice would you give Nigerians now to at least salvage the moment and still have a somewhat enjoyable Christmas for tomorrow?
Okay, what I'm going to advise Nigerians to do is just, they still need to make themselves happy. It is time to celebrate. It is time to marry. It is time to enjoy, to hang out with friends. So they shouldn't just sit back and say, oh, government have not done anything for us, and then they just relax and then be in sober mode. It's not in sober time. What people need to do is, at least in your neighborhood, you will have one or two friends. You can, get to dine and wine with them. Make sure you reflect again on the reason for the season. which is the birth of Christ. Not just about eating and drinking and, dancing away the time. They can also hang out with a group of persons within their locality and then reflect on the reason for the season. And they can also make themselves happy. They can play music in their house, in their houses, and let the children, let the kids enjoy the Christmas, let them feel Christmas is here. No matter the situation of the economy, they can still make it worthwhile. They can still enjoy themselves. So they can just create something. I trust Nigerians now. We can create something out of nothing. You can gather your community and invite somebody that can crack jokes to the people, and then you get the people laughing and forgetting about the situation of the economy. So that's just my advice for the people now.
All right, thank you very much for that. That's so sweet. And indeed, statistics do show that Nigerians are one of the happiest people on planet Earth. So, suffering and smiling, you say. So, what advice would you two give to Nigerians to still try to enjoy Christmas?
Well, just as the last speaker said, the only way we can do is just to thank God that we're alive. And also have a better hope of things improving for the next year. Just be happy.
Yes, definitely. We will be. And I feel like it is also important for us all to remember that it's more about giving than receiving. And giving is not all about material things. It's not until you give money or gift items to people. You could give with your whole being. Be considerate to your neighbors. If you see someone sad and you're moved, go up to them, try to cheer them up. Not everything in life has to do with money. And I hope that we will be open to that and not be expecting money at all times. Of course, money is important. We are not disputing that fact. But without money, we still have to make sure that this season is bearable and enjoyable for us all. So